Alright, so here we go. Simmons and myself gone into this machine, jerry-rigged the entire old board with the old disk drive. That's right, Killer Instinct had an old disk drive. And we're gonna see if it works, so...
Baby hits 80 miles per hour. We're gonna see some serious shit.
That's the sound. Holy shit.
It's upside down!
It's upside down! It's working though!
You can hear it.
I gotta make it not upside down, hold on. So here we are again, another slight update on the Killer Instinct machine. So this thing has been a challenge, especially with getting it to even function normally. There's like weird little components between the screen being upside down, odd things with the boards, and making sure everything works. I've actually taken some pieces out of the other cabinet for the Astro City, put in a CPS2 card, jammed my cartridge into here, and it was still upside down. So that pretty much means that somewhere in here, within the, I think it's I forget the name of the component, but it's something that designates like horizontal and vertical distance and relation. That needs to get flipped so we can no longer have an upside down Killer Instinct. Jesus Christ. With a little bit of help, we got the monitor out of the front of the KI2 cabinet. The reason being is that I think the big issue is that something called a yoke connector is flipped, and this yoke connector governs the vertical and horizontal stability of the screen. Now I gotta find out where this thing plugs into this guy down here, and essentially flip it, and then hope that everything is gonna work okay. That's Benny. He didn't help at all. And the inside of the machine is now put back together. All the stuff is hooked up. We figured out what was going on inside the monitor. Believe it or not, I learned so much about how old CRT TVs work. And we were able to flip the positioning of the monitor. And yeah, we'll let things hang loose for a little bit. I'm gonna fire this up. The flash ROM is in there. We're no longer using the hard drive because it's unnecessary, but shockingly I have a perfectly functioning Killer Instinct 1 hard drive from 17 years ago, thanks to a dude that sent it to me in the mail. It's freaking amazing. And let me show you guys the front. This is going to be a work in progress, that's for sure. Hey Orchid, what's up, babe? The front, the monitor is hooked up. Sadly, there's a big wavy line issue with the monitor that I'm going to replace. Now that I've learned so much about how these CRT TVs work, I will get a new monitor in there. And there we go. It'll take a second for it to even out on the color. But as we can tell, and I think you'll even be able to see it from the screen, this stuff right here is what bugs the hell out of me. This is going to have to get replaced and fixed. So there we go. Lighting evened out. And we have some Killer Instinct. Might turn down the brightness just slightly. Monitor I still think needs to be replaced, but look at this. Small update on some of the artwork. As you can tell, the marquee has been removed, and here's the glass for it. I'm actually getting a new marquee that'll be going up there. This side of the cabinet will be replaced. There are some small scratches and things on Orchid over here. And overall, I'm actually really happy with this side. This side looks really good. So I'm going to keep this one Killer Instinct 2. But we're going to replace the stuff on the side here. It'll say Nintendo. This will probably keep as, I'm actually debating keeping that as KI2. The top will be KI1. The board, we remove all of this crazy gunk. You guys see what we're talking about here. The original artwork is underneath this thing, but this stuff right here has had soda like dropped into it as like a telltale sign of the 90s, that of which it came from, and it's all got to get peeled and scraped off, so I'm working on that. But yeah, until the new big artwork comes in, replacing the panel art right here, placing this stuff down here, and should be pretty good after that. Simmons? Alright, so here we are, guys. The long journey of finding a working Killer Instinct 2 board technically continues because we don't know if the board we just put into this guy is actually going to work. We got a working KI1 board, and it's fantastic. Can't really see much back here, but we're gonna see if this Killer Instinct 2 board works. So let's get this party started. There's an awkward drone. Maybe it was the old hard drive starting up. This is bad. This is bad.
It's like when my brother tried to watch porno at my grandma's house on the table.
It's about right. We're making some progress finally on the art side of this thing. Benny's here, and the first thing that's going to be going on is the Killer Instinct arcade control panel. As you guys can tell, the old panel is actually under here. I didn't want to use the Killer Instinct 2 stuff. There's the Nintendo thing in the top left. And of course, if we lay this over, yeah, it's the same stuff. And we just got to get in there. So what we're doing is we're taking it off piece by piece through here. I don't know if this is garbage or modern art. It's going in the trash. Benny! Benny, you're a dog. Alright, so we got the first part off, and now we have replaced the artwork. As we can tell, the artwork is slightly off target, but nothing gets cut off like the Midway logo. The line is like right here, so it's going to be totally fine. But what we do have to do is take an X-Acto knife to all the other extra lines. The buttons line up really well, and even if there's like a little extra cut off, that's fine, because when a button goes in, it looks like this. And it'll be totally fantastical. And through the masterful craftsmanship of my wife, this thing looks freaking fantastic. Pretty much set perfectly right on there. The glass is above it. We don't have the T-molding that's going to go along this side. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So we got a couple buttons in here. Nothing's hooked up yet. Got the T-molding on the front hooked on. We still got to replace this artwork. We still got to replace all the red T-molding on the side. Orchid is going to stay on the right. How you doing, lady? And of course, the Nintendo logos, which go on the left and the right side, are going to get replaced as well. So we'll be right back. So here's a weird thing. I throw in another game. Ignore the fact that the screen is wigging out. I gotta set it a bit. But when I throw in another JAMA game and I press like start or free play, I press any button, it fires up just fine, and I can like move the thing around and it does stuff. However, when you put in the Killer Instinct 2 board, which is right here, and it's got all the ROMs in it, as you guys can see right here, it's got all the ROMs in it. It's got the extra flash ROM that's in it as well. It's got the flash drive, and for some reason when I've turned this guy on, the controls don't work at all. Now when I put in KI2, I can get the initial boot screen, the test menu to get up and running, but the joystick, the buttons, nothing does anything. Even the extra inputs, which are the test menu buttons, these guys right here, they don't, I'm clicking them right now, they don't do anything. Like nothing actually responds to the game. So I'm actually really unsure why the board will not let me play the game. This is actually the same exact board that had Killer Instinct 1 in it, the one that works. So I took out all the Killer Instinct 1 ROMs and I put in the KI2 ROMs. Of course I put in the KI2, main ROM and the flash, and it just doesn't respond to inputs, and I can't seem to get past this. If anybody has any recommendation or any idea what the hell is going on, I'd appreciate a comment or a link to somebody that might know, because this is stumping the hell out of me right now, and that's the big thing that's preventing me from getting Killer Instinct 2 to work. So thank you guys very much for watching, and pray for the Orchid.